Good morning. All right, so day 3 of working with Drumbit and Garageband, or I guess this is day 2 working with Garageband and Drumbit. This is the 3rd day working with Drumbit. All right, so yesterday we talked about how to add our drum beat that we downloaded from Drumbit into our song, how to make our mouse into a loop and drag it so that it goes on till the end of the song. And then we talked about how to add software instruments, changing the type of instrument over here on the left-hand side, and then playing them using our keyboard. Okay. I heard from a couple students that you might not have access to as many instruments over here on the left. I heard from 2 students that all they had were these 3: vintage B3 organ, vintage clavinova, vintage electric piano. Okay, I've reached out to the tech team and see if there is something we can do about that. I'm not sure if that's the case for everybody or just a few of you, but if these are all that you have, I would say, maybe just try checking out the different ones and seeing if any of those, make you happy. But we will try to figure out a way to get you access to more. All right, so a few things I want to show you today. I want to show you how to make your song longer. So like maybe you filled up as much as there is and you want to make your song longer. I'm also going to show you how to add vocals, add your voice to the song, all right? So first things first, if I go to the end of my song and I look up at the top here, what just happened? There we go. This little arrow right here, see that arrow right there? That little arrow, it's like a little gray arrow right below my mouse. That gray arrow right here signifies the end of the song. So if I want to make my song longer, all I do is I take my mouse, I put it on the gray arrow, and I click and drag. And it's going to add more measures for me, okay? So now the song is longer. And now if I wanted to make it longer, I could, right? Same thing to make it shorter. If you wanted to make it, maybe 12 measures or whatever, you would drag it back the opposite way. All right, awesome. Now, something that you might just think is kind of cool. I don't know if you're going to have a ton of use for it, but it's pretty neat. So I was just playing these parts on the musical, on my computer keyboard, and I was just playing whatever I wanted. But check this out. If I double click on the recording, then down here, it shows me the pitches I played. So, right? So here it is like, ba, 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 ba. Okay. Now, if I made a mistake, I could always change the length if I had to. I could always, let's say that maybe there was, maybe I had 2 notes and I made a mistake. I hit 2 keys at once. I could come in here and I could click and I could delete the note that's wrong. I could delete something. I could also, if I want, if I take my other hand and I press the command key on my keyboard, it makes my mouse into a little pencil. And now I could just draw my parts in however I want. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, so I could draw my parts in if I want. Okay? Now, another thing, if I am down here messing with, one of these tracks, I'm on piano roll right now. If I click on score, whoa, look at that. It shows you the parts you played on an actual musical staff, which is pretty neat. So let me get rid of some of the goofiness. All right, get rid of some of this stuff. All right, so, now I have ba, 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 da, ba, da, ba, 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 da, ba, 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 ba. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, the moment you've been waiting for. How do I add my voice over this song, Mr. Ferris? All right, So we want to make a new track, and we want to choose the microphone right here. Now, whenever we are recording ourselves over something else, you got to wear headphones, otherwise you're going to hear the background thing, okay? So I'm going to create a new audio track with the microphone. Here it is. And if I say check, 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 you see that it's moving around. Check, check. All right. So once again, I need to make sure that the track I want to record on is highlighted. And then if I hit record, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to start playing, and I can record my voice. Now, I'm not wearing headphones, so it's going to sound a little muddy. It's going to sound a little bit messy. Okay, here we go. Whoa! See, I wasn't in the beginning. I messed up. So go back to the beginning, highlight the track, hit record. This is my song for my 8th graders. I hope that they won't be haters. I wrote this song really fast, and here's my vocal track. It's not gonna last. Stop. All right, so now here is my track I just recorded. And if for some reason it had just like a straight line, as you add the microphone track, some of your computers might say, do you want to allow your computer to access the microphone? And you want to say yes. If you say no, it's not impossible to fix, but it's going to be an extra step for me to take you in the back and change some settings. So when it asks you, do you want your computer to use your microphone? Say, yep, allow. All right. So let's hear what I got. That was, by the way, I wrote a terrible song in the moment. So don't judge. Here. So here it sounds kind of tinny because it was recording itself. This is my song for my 8th graders. I hope that they won't be haters. I wrote this song really fast. Now, did you notice that right here there was a weird little gap? You know, and the song, like the rhythm stopped for a second and then it picked back up, but it was kind of off. What I'd want to do is I'd want to come in here and I'd want to split at playhead, and I'd want to get rid of that little chunk that's missing. That's funny. And then what I could do is I could make the loop. Yeah. So now when I drag it, let's see. Won't be haters. I wrote this song. Okay. So that is something fun. And okay. So you lay down your audio track, you click on it, and now on the left-hand side, it's going to ask you, do you want to use any of these effects? So voice, bright vocal, classic vocal, compressed vocal. So it changes the way it sounds. So check it out. Here is bright vocals. Oh, wait, I'll sit right. This is my song for my 8th graders. I hope that they won't be haters. Now, these experimental ones, they're kind of garbage. They just sound crazy, like robot, monster, megaphone. So, you know, you could use them for effects and things like that, but I probably wouldn't make my whole thing be in the crazy, like, mode, or it'll just be kind of hard to understand, all right? Now, one more thing before I let you go play around. So, you know, some of these sound a little bit brighter, or the telephone kind of sounds a little bit muffled like you're on a telephone. The experimental ones are just goofy, right? So, last thing I want to show you today. Over here, we have our volume for each track. So if I wanted something to be quieter, I could make it quieter, or I can make it louder. I can make it quieter, I can make it louder. And this little left or right wheel in the middle is called the pan. It's actually called a pan pot. We call the little wheels on a recording board pots. So we have a pan pot right here, the pan, and this is, where is this gonna play? So when we're wearing headphones, we have a left and right headphone, And so if I have the sound in the dead center, I'm going to hear it equally loud left and right. If I have it all the way to the left side, I'm only going to hear it play out of the left speaker. If I have it dragged all the way to the right side, I'm only going to hear it play out of my right ear. The idea is, if you were seeing people perform on a live stage, if you closed your eyes, you would be able to tell where they were. Like the drummer, he's over there because I hear him coming from over there. And the guitar player's over there because I hear the guitar amplifier, over there. So the idea is you can change the location of each of these tracks, and then nobody's on top of each other, right? In a real performance, everyone's kind of spread out a little bit. Everyone has their own space of sound. That's the idea behind the pan. So I can make this one be a little bit left, this one be a little bit right, this one be a little bit more left, a little bit more right, and now it would sound a little bit more clean because everything would have its own space. All right, I love you all. Have some fun. We are not turning anything in just yet. We are still just messing around. I want you to add some vocals to your song. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I love you all. I will talk to you soon. Have a great day.